Hey guys, Olizandri here, bringing you something completely different today. I'm bringing you some Starcraft 2 gameplay. It's pretty much my favourite game, though I haven't played against human opposition. This is my 7th game ever against human opposition. I've just placed in a league, I've just done my placement games, and it's going to be a Protoss versus Protoss between me, Olizandri, and the Platinum League, Simple. So Platinum is like the highest league you can place in, but I failed at doing that. I completely and utterly failed. I won my first 3 games against placement opposition and a gold Terran, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go for Platinum. And then I left the 2 next games to a different day, and that was my mistake. Complete and utter mistake. I left them to another day, and I was so nervous I completely messed up all the starting build orders. I was nervous so much that I was myth-clicking, and I lost them both. So I ended up placing the Silver League. So this is a Silver League Protoss versus Platinum. All you pro players, please don't mind my crapness. So, as you can see, if you are a Starcraft fan, I'm going to get cheesed by the enemy Protoss, and I have never dealt with cheese before. One of the reasons I messed up those 2 last placement games was that I was constantly worried about being cheesed. This is my first game being cheesed, so I didn't have to be worried that much, and thankfully I managed to deal with it quite well. I just got a Zealot out before he got his cannon out, before he got his forge completed, and managed to get rid of the pylons. So basically now we're going to have to both transition to normal gameplay, though he's going to be a little more finish the game than me. All in all, I'm going to focus on macro, and he's going to focus on trying to kill me, which is never a good thing. Now, all you COD players out there and you don't know a thing about StarCraft, it's of course a RTS game. Of course you must have heard that, and it is pretty much one of the biggest eSports around. I mean, take away all that game battle stuff, all the MLG and all that we get for COD. This is probably where the big money lies. This is, in some countries, it is actually a full-on sport, like full-on sport, not just an e-sport, a full-on sport. It's on TV, you see it every day. They have like, first way, the Korean players that play it, they're like movie stars over there. They get to date the female movie stars there, even though they're like what you would consider your nerdy guys. It's insane, but it's massive over there, and hopefully esports will come to prevalence in that way over here, over in the Western world someday. And basically, good game players will be recognised for their skills in future. As you can see, proxy pylon going up, and he's going to try and run into my base. Because people are gits like that, and he's just trying to finish me off. So he's going to run up zealots into my main base and go to the probe line. Because esports, they're just not really to be mocked in front of normal sports, I feel. They're mental or cerebral. Playing StarCraft at the pro levels, like grandmasters in chess playing, but with extra dexterity and having to think more, even more, like every second, different permutations, like crazy. So I have massive respect for them, and I constantly watch pro replays. It's pretty much all my YouTube time is taken up by watching pro StarCraft commentaries, mainly from channels such as HD StarCraft and Day 9. Now Day 9, he has one of these videos up that is like synonymous with gaming as a whole. Like, it's called A Life in StarCraft. He's got 1 million views on it, and there's a really feel-good story / biography. It's 1 hour 50 minutes long, and I sat through the whole thing, and it actually felt heartwarming. It actually was like the kind of program I'd like to see on TV, just because it was really interesting. This guy's ups and downs, and just growing up in a family of StarCraft. He had a really ace brother, really good relationship with him, really great single mum that was just supporting them no matter what, even though she was on her own and all that. It's just an amazing story. I'd say go check that out if you have the time, or if you're at all interested in StarCraft, because it is one of the most fun games out there, and it is also one of the most cerebral games out there. And of course there are your COD players that play cerebrally, your COD players that play with their brains rather than their twitch, their reflex, and then those guys are probably going to like StarCraft quite a bit. Anyone that thinks more than they feel, that's going to be a bit odd, but yeah. Enemy Protoss now pushing out through the middle. He's already started his Colossus production, and I am miles behind. I've just got my robotics bay up. So luckily I've scouted this with my pylon over here. So I know he's coming, and I try so hard to just cut him off, like get him from behind, but he doesn't move out fast enough. And I get stuck in a really bad position. I'm going to lose my army, so I'm trying to trade off his Colossus for like really weak units of mine. I was trying to get there with the Immortal here, but it just didn't work. It just kind of got stuck, and then I just kind of like lost micro of it because I moved back to macro. I thought, well, you know, I can start up another push, I can defend this. So he tries to snipe my Nexus here, tries to snipe my expansion. He's just getting his gold expansion up, but my expansion has been running for so long now that my economy has been better than his, and I've built up a trust fund. Now all you good players out there, don't mock me for that. I'm learning. This is my 7th game. You can forgive me. So he's just getting his gold expansion up, more warp gates and all that, so he can get more units out faster. And I think I've scouted this at some point soon. I haven't scouted it yet, but I do send a probe down to scout it very soon. At the moment I'm just kind of focusing on getting out more units, getting my army size up. I know that my main base is going to run out of resources soon, so I need to push out, I need to win this game. I've been on the back foot for the whole game due to the cheese, the proxies, all that. I need to win this game now. So he's just getting his gold saturated, and I'm like, well, I've got 4 Colossus. So I'm winning in the Colossus Wars quite a bit. He's trying to get out 2 more to add to his army of 2, and I push out from the middle, and he is focused entirely on his gold. So I managed to put some nice damage on his army. I cut down most of the small units, keep my Colossus down the ramp, just completely nuke his small army and get up there with the Zealots just to tank all the damage and move in and kill his Colossus off. So I'm like, yeah, I'm winning this game. I'm gonna win, and I've beat the cheesy Protoss. I was so happy at this point, because I was like, the reason I lost those 2 placement games because I was so worried about cheese. I was so worried about how I was going to deal with it, and then I dealt with it like fine in this game. Just focused on my macro, got my trust fund up like major big, which is really bad because you always want to be spending money in Starcraft, and just really, well, just worked it out, just slugged it out until I got to the end and just pushed and won. So I was so happy with this. Platinum League opposition versus me in the Silver League. Great. Anyway, this is Olizandri. Please rate, comment, subscribe if you're a COD guy. Of course, there's more COD videos coming up when the new map pack hits. Love you guys. See you around.